Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokémon Liquid Crystal. Last time we ousted Team Saturn from the depths of the Sylph Company, and I swore to myself that I never wanted to see another teleporter pad as long as I lived. And in this episode, we are going to be taking on the gym leader of Saffron City, Sabrina. Good lord, how I am tired of hearing that sound. Alright, so while we are going through here, we are probably approaching the last episode that I will be recording on the laptop because earlier today I ordered a Bluetooth adapter that is supposed to work with OS X that I can use on my new computer. So hopefully we'll be making that transition soon. Funny story about that, buying that adapter is actually what pushed me into finally taking advantage of my student status and getting Amazon Prime, because the adapter was $8, and for standard shipping, not like 2-day shipping or anything like that, for standard shipping for one of these Bluetooth adapters, which mind you is like the size of your thumb fingernail, the shipping was $8 as well, so I was going to pay twice the price of the product just to get it shipped to me. And I'm like, I'm not going to put up with that, so I finally decided to activate my Amazon Prime subscription as a student. So, yeah, needed something to push me over the edge, and I guess a little $8 purchase was it. So hopefully we'll be able to reap the benefits of that quite soon, and as we're going on here, we got lots of Psychic-type Pokemon. As you can see, the Saffron City Gym is the master of Psychic types. That's pretty bad, because, but tumbling over my words here, but that's pretty bad, because Gengar, I believe, is the only Pokemon I have that can dish out super effective attacks in the form of its Ghost-type attack, Shadow Ball. The problem is, since Gengar is part Poison-type, I believe it actually takes super effective damage from Psychic attacks. So we might have a little bit of a problem if we take a Psychic to the face, which I'm sure will happen at some point during this gym. I believe there's only about 4 gym trainers that we have to worry about, which isn't too terribly bad, but still, they got quite the level buff in between Pokémon Crystal and this game, so we definitely have to worry. Strong, far too strong. And we get our monies for winning, very nice. Alright, now hopefully they haven't done anything horrible to this gym in this remake, because I don't feel like getting horribly lost in this gym. The fighting dojo next door was once this city's gym. Indeed it was. And it actually points out an interesting bit of lore in the Pokemon series that I don't think was ever brought up before. Why does this guy only have a Ghastly? Well, it's level 62, I suppose that counts for something. Brings up an interesting bit of lore because the story goes that a fighting-type gym used to be in Saffron City until the Psychic-type gym came and overpowered it, because Psychic-type moves are super effective on fighting types. So that brings up an interesting thought that challengers can come and challenge the gym for its gym status, which is something they've never brought up before, and I think it's super, super interesting. A similar concept happened in Olivine City in the Johto region, because it was stated that it used to be a rock-type gym, but it became a steel-type gym once that type was discovered. So it's pretty interesting how there are many stories of gyms in cities transitioning in between types. And funny thing, in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, they actually brought up the concept of gyms moving altogether, because the, what's the city called? The Nacrene City Gym in the Unova region gave out a badge whose name currently escapes me. I believe it's the Basic Badge? And then in Pokemon Black and White 2, 2 years after Pokemon Black and White, they actually transitioned that gym badge all the way over to Aspertia City, I believe is how it's pronounced. But it gives out the same badge and it trains the same type, but the gym leader's different. So I find all this really fascinating. It sort of opens up a bit of lore as to the history of how the gyms sort of work in terms of successors and predecessors. And I find that super duper interesting, and I wish they'd touch on it a little bit more, which is one of the things that I thought made Black and White 2 super cool in terms of the fact that they were sequels, because they showed sort of how the world evolves, because really, the worlds in Pokemon games don't really evolve all that much. You're just exploring them in a snapshot of their history, so being able to explore areas in Pokemon games that are sort of, I don't know, just snapshots of the world, being able to explore multiple times in a region's history, I think is super cool, and something I wish they would touch on a little bit more in the series, because we've only seen it twice, I believe, so it's pretty neat. And then, of course, there's the whole alternate dimensions thing that they've started going with in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but that's all just very confusing. Alright, let's switch out to Lantern, I think. Lantern, I believe, is the lowest level member of our team, so we might as well let it get on some action. We got a Slowbro coming out here at level 64. Wowee, these guys got a buff. I was actually checking the levels for the gym leader before recording this video, and I believe the gym leader's highest leveled Pokemon in Crystal version was actually level 48. I think we might be looking at a near 20 level buff here, which is pretty nuts. Hopefully we won't have to do a lot of grinding, because the semester is starting up soon, and I don't think I'm going to have time to do lots of grinding, which would be pretty unfortunate if we sort of had to go that route. But since Kanto is a very, very open-ended region, I have a feeling we'll be able to find something else to do that won't necessarily inhibit us from uploading videos. We'll just have to sort of do things in a little bit of an odd order. And wow, that did a lot of damage. I'm going to try Takedown just to see what'll happen. I clicked that, and literally I just remembered that Takedown deals recoil. God dang it. Yep, that was my bad. That was really stupid. Oh gosh, what am I even doing? It's almost as bad as that moment when you become self-aware that you're in your room alone talking to yourself. Either way, Slowbro goes down. Unfortunately, Lantern can't reap the benefits of that, which is pretty disappointing, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. Though I read you, I still lost. I believe we only have one trainer left, because I believe only the corner rooms have trainers. So let's try and see if we can get down into, I believe, the lower left room, because I believe that's the only trainer left. Yep. So once we do this trainer, I will probably figure out the way to get to the gym leader, and then I will head back to the Pokemon Center and heal for our fight. Alright. Just got a Kadabra coming out, which is not too bad, actually. I was expecting these trainers to be a lot more difficult, but then again, I believe they're trying to preserve the Pokemon that the trainers have for the most part. So odds are, in the original game, this trainer had a Kadabra that was about half this level. So yeah, that's probably the story behind that. I have a feeling we can expect a heal this turn from our enemy, which we do indeed. Alrighty, let's just blast it with another Thunder Punch. Luckily we get a bit of a free turn from that, which is always nice. Fun fact about Kadabra that I don't think I've talked about yet and is super duper random, but you're not going to find a, wow, 1 HP, you're not going to find a Pokemon trading card featuring Kadabra any newer than somewhere around 2002, I want to say. And that's because there was literally a guy that claimed that he had psychic powers and that Kadabra was unfairly using his likeness for Nintendo's profit. I believe the guy actually did have a similar name to Kadabra's Japanese name, although I don't remember what it was. But yes, I suppose Nintendo decided that that guy had a bit of a grounds to file a lawsuit or something like that, so they decided they would cut Kadabra out of the trading card game. I believe it is still in the anime, and as we saw, it is still in the games, so I guess the trading card thing was a bit of a compromise. Really random thing. I don't really know why I decided to bring it up. I think it's just one of the more interesting yet super random things about the Pokemon series. Alright, can we please find our way to Sabrina here? It can't possibly be that hard. Alright, here we are. So that's how we get in here to get to Sabrina. So now that we're here, I am going to cut away, run right back out, heal, come back, get lost, and get right back into this room with Sabrina. So without further ado, I'm going to cut away and I will be right back. Super random thing real quick. When I was back here at the Pokemon Center, I decided to finally walk over here and check out what this was. Turns out it is a mover learner. I don't believe I've mentioned this in the series before. I don't think I've ever discovered this, but I think this thing is in every Pokemon Center and we just never noticed it. So yeah, really random thing. Now I'm gonna head back to the gym. Alrighty, I am back from healing. I gave the experience share back over to Lantern and I switched Gengar into the front. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. I knew you were coming. 3 years ago, I had a vision of your arrival. You were after my badge. I don't enjoy battling, but it's my duty as a leader to confer badges on anyone who has proven him or herself worthy. Since you wish it, I will show you my psychic powers. So begins the battle with leader Sabrina, opening up with an Espeon. Espeon's a really cool Pokemon. I don't know, I always liked how it looked like it had an X pattern on its face with its ears and the weird fluff on the side of its face. And I like the forked tail. It's a very, I don't know, I guess it's a busy design but a simple design at the same time. I really like it. Anyway, it's already down, which is actually quite surprising. Alrighty. Got a Mr. Mime coming out next. Funny, even though there can be girl Mr. Mimes, it's still called Mr. Mime. You can really blame the English translators for that one because it did not have a Mr. or a Mrs. in its Japanese name. I believe its Japanese name was Barriered, and what the heck, we are one-shotting this girl like crazy. Why were your gym trainers so much stronger? They were in the 60s, we're not seeing that here. Alright, we got an Alakazam coming out. Oh my gosh, we're already on our last Pokemon. What level is it going to be? 54. Man, she got buffed between Crystal and this, but it seems compared to her gym trainer, she got nerfed. We just pulled off 3 one-shots and she's already done. That was actually kind of underwhelming. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, okay, I'll take it. Leader Sabrina was defeated already. I think that's a record. That was probably less than a minute of battling. Your power. It far exceeds what I foresaw. Maybe it isn't possible to fully predict what the future holds. Okay, you win. You earned yourself Marsh badge. And thus we receive the Marsh badge, our 10th gym badge in all of its one-word glory. Marsh badge draws out your subliminal powers. Although I failed to accurately predict your power, this much I know to be true. You will become a celebrated and beloved champion. Indeed we shall. So, to save you from the trouble of getting out of this gym, I am going to cut away here and travel through all these warps and meet you guys right back out at the front. Alrighty, here we are back at the front room of the gym. It's interesting, in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and I believe FireRed and Leaf Green as well, there was an extra warp in Sabrina's room that led you straight back here, but I guess not in this version. Psychic power, huh? If I had that, I'd make a bundle at the slots. Interesting, he's pointing out the slots. There are indeed slots in the Kanto region, and you'll notice it is quite dark out. I'm actually playing this at nighttime. It's almost 7 p.m. where I am right now. So yeah, I don't believe we've seen the game show it off to be this dark yet in the Let's Play, which is pretty cool, especially since I didn't fix the clock until episode 39, I want to say? 38 or 39. But anyway, we do have a couple of options on where we could go. We could go to the north to Cerulean, but instead, as per that guy talking about the slots, I think we are going to be heading off this way to Celadon City. So we are going to be going right through here, and we have a fight or something. Good work back there, David. We showed Team Saturn. I think put together, we can destroy them. Well, I'm off to see more of Kanto. Nobody can get through to below Fuchsia City anyway. Apparently it's blocked off by some huge rocks. Well, I'll see you around. Oh, I guess we don't have to fight them. But anyway, yes, we are going to be heading this way to Celadon City because, as per that guy talking, there are some slots over here, which is pretty interesting. Nice little segue there. And here we have probably the shortest route in all of Kanto, and right here we have an underground passageway, but underground path has been locked closed forever. Cerulean Police. There's been some vandalism going down in the underground path, so it is no longer usable, which is a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, as per that super duper short gym battle, we are already in Celadon City. I like how they really spiced up the music, because Celadon City had some rather mellow music in FireRed and Leaf Green for some random reason. So it's nice to hear that they've sort of sped it up and accelerated it to get you all pumped like they did in the original Pokémon Crystal. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe there are some things that we can get in here, but now that I'm thinking about it, I actually don't want to come in the building this way. I'm not sure if this is actually being governed by the clock, because as we saw, there are some clock-based events that have not been actually governed by the clock in this version of the game. Whether they've not been programmed in or not, whatever. But up here on the roof of this building, there was something in the original Pokémon Crystal you could only grab at nighttime, so I figured since it's nighttime, we might as well take advantage of it right here. If we head right on in here, we have this guy. Let me recount a terrifying tale. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who was given a new bicycle. He wanted to try it right away. He was having so much fun that he didn't notice the sun had set. While riding home in pitch-black night, the bike suddenly slowed. The pedals became heavy. When he stopped pedaling, the bike began slipping backwards. It was as if the bike were cursed and trying to drag him into oblivion. Shriek! I wasn't actually going to shriek. I know how much we can damage our headphone-wearing viewers. Anyone who's watched Chugga Conroy would know. The boy had been riding uphill on Cycling Road. Ba-dum. For listening so patiently, you may take this, TM03, which I believe contains Nightmare or something along those lines? Curse. Okay, I was close. It's a terrifying move that slowly whittles down the victim's HP. So if we ever need to overwrite Curse on Gengar for some reason, we now have a way to get it back, which is pretty cool. So we could head straight for the gym here in Celadon City, because, spoiler alert, there's a gym here. But I don't think we're going to be doing that in this episode, just so we can keep all the gym fights in their own distinct videos. Plus I sort of have a naming scheme that I sort of settled on for gym battle episodes, and having 2 gym battles in one episode would cause some weirdness to go down. So let's check out the game corner right here, because there is something interesting back here. Hey! Underneath this poster is nothing! Yes, in the original FireRed and Leaf Green versions, and Red, Green, and Blue, and Yellow versions, lots of versions that had this plotline, right over here was a staircase into Team Rocket's secret lair. And this poster right here had the switch behind it that would allow you to get in there. So that's a pretty random little detail I thought I'd point out. And there is something down here in one of these hotels that I think we also want to grab. It might be a pretty nice item. So let's see here. I think one of these guys gives it to us. I take quantity over quality. I'm happy when I'm full. Don't talk to me, you'll break my concentration. Nobody here will give you a coin case. You should look in Johto. I believe this is where you got the coin case in the original FireRed and Leaf Green versions. The food is good here, but Goldenrod is the best food anywhere. Hi, we're holding Neetathon contest. We can't serve you right now, sorry. I could have sworn you got a leftovers item in here. Maybe that was only in FireRed and Leaf Green? Maybe I'm just remembering wrong. There's a lot of these really, really weird paths you can take all around Celadon. It doesn't seem like the kind of city that would have lots of random pathways, but it actually does. The City of Rainbow Dreams. Indeed. This guy might have something to tell us over here. I'm actually not positive. Grimer have been appearing lately. See that pond out in front of the house? Grimer live there now. Where did they come from? This is a serious problem. Yep, we have an allegory on pollution in Pokemon. Not actually that unexpected given certain Pokemon designs that have come into play in recent years. Sort of running out of things to just sort of run around and check out. I think we're actually going to be ending this off pretty soon. I was not expecting this episode to be nearly this short. It's just the fight with Sabrina. Just, man, I did not expect it to be that easy, and oh how easy it was. But right over here, we have this guy right here. This gym is great. Only girls are allowed here. Yeah, we got a pervert right out in front of this gym. Celadon City Pokemon Gym, leader Erica, the nature-loving princess. In here will be the site of our 11th gym battle. So in this past episode, we managed to get our gym badge number 10, and next time we are going to be getting gym badge number 11. So be sure to like and share if you enjoyed, as per YouTube telling me to tell you these things because they just won't stop leaving me alone in that little sidebar next to my channel about it. And I will see you guys next time.